What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're gonna be doing fucking race ratings. I was watching porn. Yeah, I was watching that. But anyways, we're gonna start off with Saiyans. We're gonna get Saiyan C tier. Why are we getting Saiyan C tier? Because they're boring. You get Super Saiyan at level 50, Super Saiyan 2 at level 100, Super Saiyan 3 at level 150, right? You get no passives except for I think they add a new passive to Super Saiyan 2 and Super Saiyan 3, which is more key damage for Super Saiyan 3 and higher melee for Super Saiyan 2, but why use that when you can use anything else? Like, I mean, it's just boring, right? People that play Saiyans don't know how to build Saiyans, right? You guys are making hybrid builds, right? You should never make a hybrid build for Saiyan because you're naturally getting everything you need from form. So for Saiyans, you should only as a Saiyan, you're completely fine running full damage build. I mean, just full all of it into fucking melee damage because you ain't getting shit from your fucking base stats already, right? Don't put anything into resistances, right? Because you're gonna get resistances from transformations, and if you don't know, no one knows this in the game. I'm the only person in the game that knows this. Your resistances are half of your health max. So if I have 600 health max, right? And I have 400 melee resistance. Let's say somebody with the same amount of 400 melee attack damaged me. It would do the exact same amount of damage if I had, let's say, 600 melee resistance to 400 health max, right? So why do all that if you're just gonna get melee resistance from transformations? Just put it all into health max. Health max, key max, and melee are the only good thing for Saiyans, right? But they're just boring. That's the reason they get C tier. Tuffles are, for me, they're getting a nice. Think about A or B, A or B, A or B. They did get buffed recently. I'll put them in A tier, right? This is obvious. I'm pretty sure they buffed Tuffles. They were trash before the update, but they got themselves a nice little update, and they're pretty good now. I haven't lost to any Tuffles in PvP because a lot of them suck. Now, for Tuffle, I would run the same thing for Saiyan. Health max, key max, and melee. Or key. I think key might be viable because it just might be, I don't know. Namekian S tier instantly. Instantly S tier. Instantly S tier. I mean, oh my god, these things. Namekians are so annoying. When you're fighting a good Namekian, it's the worst thing on the planet. It's the worst thing. It's so tedious. It's on par with fighting a fucking Majin. It's ridiculous. They get healing. They get Zenkais from their transformations. They get a giant form. They get one of the biggest key maxes in the game. Gum pistol. I mean, they're completely loaded. Why would you ever pick a Saiyan when you can pick a Namekian, right? Even later down the road, when Saiyans are gonna get God transformations, Namekians are still gonna be able to compete because they got so much techs, right? So many hacks, right? Also, letting you know, Gum Pistol is a long range move, so you can sub long range combos. Gum Pistol, dash forward, and you can do that into like an M2 combo or M1 combo, right? Majin, instant S tier. I don't even have to say anything. Majins, thing about Majins, they don't really get good until level 110. People might think that's ridiculous. Majins are not as OP as people say they are. Before level 110, you're getting smacked by Saiyans, you're getting smacked by Friezas, you're getting smacked by androids, you're getting smacked by everybody. But once you get that transformation, it's over. The reason I'm saying this is because your stats below the transformation, it's pretty trash. It's not good. It's not good. It's really not good. I mean, Absorb kind of saves your ass. Absorb is, at the end of the day, is saving you from being If Majins didn't have absorb, they're going in D tier before transformations. But since you have to keep thinking about this late game as well, they're going to need absorb because their transformations are going to be ass. Their key mechs are going to be ass. Their speed's amazing. They get 8 dodges and purification, right? But they need it. They need this to compete, right? Majins, easy S tier. Like I said, you should be running full, not full, but you could either run full damage or you could run health max, key max, and melee build because you get gun pistols, right? Now for Jirens are they're really weak early game, but late game these they're gonna be pretty bad to deal with. I'm honestly thinking of putting Jirens above Saiyans. You might like, oh, isn't Jiren's the worst? No, Jiren's get B tier. Well, don't you think that's like a little no? If you don't know, full emotion gives you it replaces your health with your key max. I've seen Jiren's solo Bobbity raid and not have a dent in their health and not die like at all. They become impossible to kill at a certain point, and the only counter to them is really an android that could absorb their key, right? But I think a good build for Jiren would be maybe full key max, health max, and melee. If that's all you really need, right? Now for humans, here humans. This is the issue of humans. Humans, their Kaioken's really, it's really not good until you master it, and it's really hard to master since it kills you. The form kills you, so it's really, really difficult to master. Really difficult to master. I mean, but you also get Mystic at 153, right? Around that 150 level. Mystic is a game changer, right? It's on par with Super Saiyan 3. It's an amazing form. But the issue with humans is that their playstyle is so predictable to the point where, like, if someone's using Kaioken Rush on you, you know when they're coming. You can block M2 them, or you can just set up a combo extender as soon as they come to you, like a launcher, and then you get a free combo off of them, right? They Kaioken Rush to you, you block, you hit launcher immediately, and then you're just comboing them. They have the instant rise, and now the damage from their Kaioken is just fucking them over. So I would give them a good C tier. The only reason they're not getting higher is because of how hard they are to really, really, really be good, right? And the only reason Jiren is in B tier is because you know, it's mostly because of the health max, the key max thing. That's broken. It's not as broken as the Namekians or Majins, right? But it's pretty damn broken. If you ever fought a good Jiren, you know why I put it in B tier. If you ever fought a genuinely good Jiren, it's the most annoying thing on the planet. It's worse than fighting Majins and Namekians, but we're going to go to Frieza. So Corrosions, now, Friezas are amazing. I don't have to say this shit. You know why Friezas are amazing. Amazing key max, amazing key damage, amazing speed. They're little, little glass cannony, but they get shit done. They're basically what Saiyans want to be, but better. No, Saiyans want to be Friezas, but Friezas are just so much better right now. Now late game that might be a whole different issue, but for right now, Friezas are. I'm thinking about putting them in S tier. Really thinking about, but no, it's going in A tier. Why don't they don't get A tier? Because their passives don't compare to Namekians and Majins, right? Their passives are just me. But the reason they're in S is because they have passives that are really game breaking. And I can honestly put Tuffle in S tier as well. But Namek freezes. freezes. Faster key blasts, right? Some of the best transformations in the game, right? Their key max, it's just you can fully just run key damage on these things, right? But you know the way I am. I have I have a Frieza right now. I'm doing key damage, melee damage, not key damage, health max and key max. That's what I meant to say, right? Most of the points are going into key damage, right? Every now and then I'll add some in key max and health max because it's always nice to have a little extra key max, and the health max just helps you tank more stuff because freezes are kind of squishy, right? But the damage that these things do, especially early game, is just insane. I mean, I was on my Frieza and it was genuinely easier early game than my Android. I'm being so serious, right? I did have hyperbolic time shiver. By the time I got the second form, I wasn't really struggling. Like, keep in mind, I know how to fight the NPCs and all that shit, right? I know how they move and all that, but it was so much more easier with my Android, even with M1s. Even though Friezas are not good with M1s, I wouldn't do them. I still use M1s on my Frieza. It's not that bad, right? My Frieza is like level 60 something, and I have 61 melee or both transformations. 61 melee with transformations. That is not bad at all. And my key damage at level 60 is like 141 with level 60 something. That's not bad. I run a key damage Android, and my it's level 120, and the Frieza eclipsed the key damage by like, well, okay, let's say this. My Android on my other account is level 120 key damage build, 165 key damage, right? 200 when I put power capsule on. Well, it's 165 in tourneys, right? And 200 while I'm in game, right? But my Frieza is really close to that, being like super low, level 60. It's catching up to my Android in terms of damage, right? But my Android, Androids are really bulky as shit, so not really. But these things are Friezas are monsters, man. When you get that last form, Friezas are absolute monsters if you play them right. All of these races could be monsters if you play them right. Right. But androids get a bad rap, right? Because you have a certain group of androids who love this key spam, right? I'm not sure if you guys know him, but 11D, he's the top PvPer right now. He's the top ranked PvPer right now. He is by far the most cheesiest, dirtiest player I've ever played before, right? When I fought him, I was looking to have fun. We were trying to do a 1v1, blah blah blah, but this is what he did the whole time. 11D, top ranked PvPer, he dashed back and spammed key blasts. And he killed me. He spammed final blow and key blast and he killed me. Top ranked PvP. I could do that. And I did. After he did that shit to me, I did it to everybody else and I won all my fights with my Android. And that playstyle it's not going to something that's going to last because they're going to nerf it. They've already nerfed it once. They're going to keep nerfing androids because of certain androids that keep doing this. This is why I tell androids, stop spamming key and use real moves. You're going to get us nerfed, right? Key Jiren got nerfed like 5 different times. It's like a 20-second cooldown. If you miss Key Jiren, it's a 20-second cooldown. Like if you're not comboing into Key Jiren, you're going to miss it probably because the move is so slow and clunky that it's genuinely hard to hit on fast, good PvPers. If you're doing if you're fighting a Teletubby, right? You're gonna hit Key Jiren all the fucking time, and he's going, well, your androids are overpowered. Androids get fucking C tier. They're getting C tier. And the reason they're getting C tier is because down the line, saiyans It's mostly Saiyans because Saiyans are the majority and they're trash. They're going to keep getting androids nerfed, right? And I'm not gonna lie, some of it is warranted. The key spam is crazy. The key spam is absolutely insane, right? Fast travel was absolutely insane. If you don't know what that is, you could and fly away. You could run away basically from all your fights and regenerate ki and then keep key spamming and then it was disgusting. But androids get C tier, and that's because they've been nerfed so much. They're only powerful if you know how to play them, right? There's many. I mean, I've known kids. I've fought kids in PvP that I'm gonna pick an android. I'm gonna become overpowered, and then they're getting BTA straight belt to ass because they built a trash android. They built like a melee android, and they thought they were gonna fuck shit up. And in reality, they're actually getting beaten by everybody because they keep key spamming. Well, they're spamming moves and they run out of key, and then they just get punished, right? Because your key max is so like bad that it's really like an Achilles heel. You have infinite key, right? But you don't realize after one combo, most of your key is gone. So you're gonna have to get high levels on androids. I mean, you're gonna have to really level up your android for you to compete. Like my android didn't get good until past level 100. I mean, seriously, past level 100, my Android did not get good. I mean, I was getting BTA. Your Android probably won't get good to level 100 to level 120. Unless you're really good at PvP. If you're just starting the game out and you're doing PvP, your Android's not going to become good. Because you might be that dumbass, like, oh, I'm going to invest in key max. Trash. I'm going to invest in... No. Right? You're getting good stats at the end of the day, right? You're getting the most base stats. But keep in mind, I have a Majin purification, and my Majin purification, its stats are stronger than my Android, and they're the same level. My Android just has more attack damage. It has more key. It has like 200 something key damage. My Majin just has less damage than my Android because I invested more into damage on my Android. Androids are not as strong as they. Without key, if they nerf key spam again and it's like completely unviable as an Android, a lot of Androids are gonna struggle because they don't actually know how to PvP, right? But Androids get C tier. They're with the Saiyans and humans, and they're only good. They're only really good right now because a few good players know how to build androids and know how to actually use them. Because I've seen a few androids run like melee resistance builds and they're just fucking shit up in PvP, and people are like, it's so bulky. Well, a lot of androids like, oh, I'm probably gonna struggle later game. I might invest some things. You have to plan as an android. You don't really have to plan if you're a Saiyan, a Majin, or a Namekian, or Frieza because you're getting in a. You don't have to plan as much. You do have to plan, but you have to plan more for Android because you're getting transformations at the end of the day. They're gonna boost you, right? So let's say I fuck up and invest like points in the fucking melee resistance as a Frieza. I can just like, oh well, I'm getting like 100 fucking points in key damage, so it doesn't fucking matter. As an android, every point matters. Aliens, I love aliens. They're getting B tier. If there was, I should add an. If there's, I'm gonna add this. Fun. This does not mean bad by any means. I'm putting all the alien races right here. They're fun. If you don't want to pick the good old usual that everyone else picks, pick an alien. It's fun. Maybe you want to run a Beerus. Dude, you can cosplay as Beerus and have some fun. I'm pretty sure a lot of the aliens have passive yard rats are pretty balanced right now. Cybermen can blow people up. Be really annoying. Run grounded capsule, Cybermen, and just blow people up. That sounds like fun. I'm genuinely thinking about making an alien or Dodoria and running like experimental builds. Like if you want to run like an all speed build, you could run a birder. and it's really fun. I would love to actually make a birder and run the all speed build. It's not bad. Free, it's not gimmicky, but it's pretty fun. You can become good. You can. I know I've fought some speed birders. They're pretty annoying. They're pretty annoying to fight. But yeah, if you could take anything else out of this, whatever race you pick can be genuinely good. Because I think the game's at a good point right now. Right. Whatever race you decide to pick, right? You can be good with any race, right? But this is just my opinion. This is mostly my opinion. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe.